Looking to up your CEO game and build a thriving company? Great, I've got 15 tips when I summarize the main points from the great CEO within. So let's bring that CEO out of you. Now, firstly, it's about focused work time. You'll have no doubt heard the saying, work smarter, not harder. Well, how do you do that? The main thing is to block off a couple of hours in your day, ideally in the morning, for the high priority tasks. If you can get 2 hours of solid, focused work on these done with no distractions, you'll find that your results will soar. Secondly, it comes down to personality and presence. Because being a CEO means showing up. And by that, it's not just physically turning up, but mentally being there, being present, being on time for meetings. And if you're, say, running late, just let the team know so that you're not wasting everybody's time. But when you're there engaged in a meeting, being present, you'll show that you value everybody's time and contributions as well. Efficient email management. If you can master your inbox, it'll make sure that you're not missing any high priority tasks. So you may want to just check your emails twice daily and in essence triage these. Your goal would be an inbox zero. And that can really help organizations run efficiently, save time and reduce stress. You may want to unsubscribe from lots of things and of course subscribe to my monthly newsletter. It would probably not help you if you're a CEO, but worth a plug. Next would be standardizing repeated tasks. So if you find yourself going from one place to another, saying the same things, then really you should write them down. And then you can have a template that instead of having to tell somebody everything, you can simply share it. And your team would thank you for that because then they can actually look at it and it would streamline a process. But let's be honest, it's YouTube you're watching. Why not just make a YouTube video? You can put it on private and just share it with your team. I've made one actually for medical students who shadow me because they come for an afternoon or a morning. I say the same thing. It took me about 5 minutes to just have a very primitive YouTube video. It's just on my desktop actually. Didn't even have a microphone unlike this, but there you go. Effective group habits, these are also important. We want to avoid redundant discussions. We've all been to meetings that people just talk about things and then 50 minutes in you think, well, what do we need to do? So if somebody is having a proposal, it's worth considering asking them to write up the proposal, write up the potential options, and share this with everybody prior to the meeting. Then people can refer to the background if they want. They've hopefully read it before, and when everybody's together, the time can be used effectively by just discussing how the best response or which option people should go for would be. You want to foster true buy-in. Now, the difficulty is if you're a CEO, thanks for watching if you are a CEO. I'd imagine most are aspiring CEOs, but whoever you are, your opinions carry weight. So if you're having a discussion and you throw in first your thoughts, you'll often see it'll skew how a discussion goes. So avoid the trap of just speaking first and people agreeing with you. Instead, encourage other team members to come forward and contribute their thoughts first. And if there's a discussion going on, think about having a simultaneous vote. Otherwise, what you may find is you vote for something, everybody else thinks, well, I don't want to get fired, I'll do the same as that person. And then you'd have an artificial buy-in. But if you can get true buy-in with everybody actually agreeing to a decision, they'll work much harder as a team and you'll achieve better outcomes. Learn and grow, and don't blame. So when you face challenges, ask, what can we actually learn from this? What can we grow? what can we get out of this, rather than who can we blame this untoward event on. And that'll then keep your organisation focused on improvement rather than finger pointing. Now, listening, conscious listening is an art. You need to try and master that. By that, you need to be present when others speak and actually listen to what they say. Don't be thinking in your head, I'm going to say this next. Just listen to what they say. Also, avoid gossip. This is toxic. So make actual efforts to eliminate gossip from your organisation. And if there's a statement that has negative intent that you wouldn't say in front of an individual who's not there, it's probably gossip, and really you don't want to be saying it. Instead, we want to foster candid conversations amongst team members, in essence, being radically open. Stick to facts, opinions, and discussions. And by that, when you're discussing an issue, you want to start with the facts, then move over to opinions, and then finally open the floor for a discussion. That's a really good framework that won't let you get sidetracked down different rabbit holes and keep you on topic, and it'll help you and your organisation move forward. You may also want to prove that you've actually listened to others by repeating back what they've said and acknowledge their perspectives, even if ultimately you don't go down their suggestion. And just like gossip, you want to eliminate toxic people from your organisations. Because although we want people with different viewpoints, we don't want people who just bring negativity. And what you can do actually is try and embrace radical transparency. And that would be that anybody in the organisation can come to any meeting that they wish. And it shows that secrets aren't there. People aren't thinking, am I going to lose my job or not? Or that person might be getting a contract, I might not be. Clearly, if there's things that are commercially in confidence, you might not be able to do that. Effective feedback delivery. Now this is important, and it's a two-way process as well, because when it comes to negative feedback, you actually want that as a CEO or a budding CEO, because then you see ways to improve. But you want honest, constructive feedback. And if you can give constructive feedback to others and say you welcome their thoughts, they'll probably not give it to you initially if you're their boss, but if you keep allowing them this opportunity, sometimes you will get useful feedback. Building a positive culture. Well, that's not taking everything too seriously. And having a great team is essential. You may want to have work nights out, but try and be positive, motivating and inspiring to others. And of course, celebrate achievements. It may not be achievements relating to work, but what have they achieved in their personal life? This video's had 5 views, hopefully. Nobody's gonna be celebrating that at my work. Well, if you're watching this at my work, put a comment down below, and if you're not, I'll know you won't be celebrating that achievement. But seriously, do celebrate achievements of others. Documentation. Document everything. This is key, because if you as a company want to work on different business processes and you've got it documented, often you'll find that a similar thing will come up in a year or two, or a few years down the line, somebody may say, how did we reach that decision? So if you've got easy to find information on something like ServiceNow or Notion, you'll be able to actually get that relevant information without having to look through loads of records and probably not find it. Efficient legal management. Now I love this because lots of lawyers charge by the hour and charge a lot of money by the hour. So there's a proposal to, rather than hire a lawyer, to say, yeah, we'll hire you by the hour when you come to the office and work. And they suggested that the invoices would go down by 2/3. The other thing what you want to do is minimize lawyers' back and forth emails with other lawyers. So what you could do is try and opt for fewer emails and say, look, when we have reached the preliminary agreement and there'll be lots of other things to come to the table, bring all the other things to the table, schedule a meeting with the relevant people there, and maybe have a long meeting, their lawyers, your lawyers, maybe 3 hours, but that potentially may save thousands of pounds from back and forth emails, and also it'll get the issues resolved faster. Finally, if you're thinking of setting up a business, you may want to have founder-favoured shares. In essence, prior to distributing equity, you can make sure that the shares are in your favour so you can keep control over the company's direction, and you'll see that through many popular social networking sites. So there you have it, 15 practical tips and insights that can potentially transform your leadership style and help you build a more successful, efficient company. If you found this helpful, certainly please like, subscribe, put a comment below. Thanks for watching, and obviously stay CEO savvy. I'll see you next time.